Alright, this is what the second day past Christmas now. We're at Sunday. First episode of High Tim. Still gonna try to get out and see where we can find Jesus on the streets today, but we had to get Marty today because Marty always has some good wisdom when I come over to see Marty, and I just can't help but get this recorded for infamy. So I said, if I can get across, if I'm smart enough and have enough help and my prayers are answered enough to get what I feel about Marty in this room sitting with him across on this phone, he'll be the next Mr. Bean. And he got offended by that. Now, why does that offend you, Marty?
I ain't that fucking stupid.
You saying Mr. Bean's stupid? That dude lives in an $8 million mansion. He's got 17 girls, man. And he smokes the best marijuana, because we know that every time you're on this camera, you're smoking marijuana. So I mean, it's illegal now. So that's why that's why I don't mind filming you do it. But so you don't want to be Mr. Bean? That's stupid, huh? That's stupid to live in an $8 million. Well, this is what I'm saying. You got to expand your. You gotta look at it from every angle, man. It's not stupid, I'd be Mr. Bean in a minute.
I just don't look at myself as being a Mr. Bean.
Why? You look at Mr. How do you look at Mr. Bean?
Why do you compare me to Mr. Bean?
I just told you.
Why? Because I could live in an $8 million house? No. Why could I? Why do you compare?
Because people, no matter how dumb or whatever you think of Mr. Bean, he connected to people, and so I'm using him as someone that you would understand, that you can connect to people. If I can get that across to people, because Mr. Bean connected to people. That's why he lives in an $8 million house, has 17 girlfriends, and 3 little albino children in the Amazon. They're being raised by the anaconda, but that's all right. So, I don't think it's a bad thing to be compared to Mr. Bean. Why is that a bad thing, man? I'm trying to watch my language, because I was disciplined over my language last night on some of these videos. And I do apologize. So I'm going to try to watch my language a little bit. But sometimes when you hit stupidity straight in the face like a brick wall, you have to say, ow!
Your itsy bitsy spider.
Ow! Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So, is it okay that I compare you to Mr. Bean? Is that okay now?
Compare me to whoever.
But does it offend you now? Is it explained, or you're still pissed off about it?
It didn't necessarily offend me.
Your ego got hurt.
No, I just.
Because you'd rather be. Let me be Rambo, Tim. I'll be Rambo.
No,
I'll be Rambo, not Mr. Bean, Tim. I'll be Rambo.
I just don't see any comparison to myself and Mr. Bean. That's all. That's why I was like, what the hell? I don't see any connection between the two.
Did I just connect it for you, though?
No, because I connect people. Well, there's a lot.
If you could connect to people, you could be the next Mr. Bean.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of other people that have connected to people other than Mr. Bean, which is why.
But the people that Mr. Bean connected to is who you're going to connect to. That's why I said you will be the next Mr. Bean, because you're going to connect to that same audience, because you have that same comedic timing, and you don't even know it. And I'm not even going to teach it to you. And if you ever if I see that you ever Google it, then your series will be over. You're our initial series. You're our pilot series for these micro episodes. This is going to be the next Netflix. We're going to be the next Facebook, dude. The next Twitter. We're going to be the next.
I ain't that motherfucking funny. I don't find myself funny at all.
You're not. No, you're real, which is what connects with people. Now, when it connects with me, I find it funny. Some people, when it connects with them, they're going to find it pissed off. But you're going to connect. That's the whole point. Now, can you get all your army bullshit together so that you can start connecting?
Fuck the army. I'm done with the army.
All right, well, we're done with you. We're done with you if you're gonna have that attitude right now,
What
mister.
attitude? I'm done with the army.
I know you're done with the army, but it's still
That
it's
chapter
the
of my
it's
life is done fucking been closed.
it's
And
it's
there's
it's
demons,
it's half of
there's
your life though.
demons,
It's half of your
yes.
life, and so it makes
It
you
was
you.
my entire adult life.
So we have to deal with
Demons
it.
in those closets that need to remain there for the fucking sake of humanity.
What if we send Wreck-It Ralph in there to get him?
Wreck-It Ralph would get his fucking tits handed to him.
Well, this will be the next episode because we're running out of time. You always run over because you're like a savant. I told you you always have so much wisdom. But we'll be back in just a little bit with something else. All right. Anything else to say, Marty, before we go?
Peace.
All right. Well,
Smoke weed every day.
well, God loves you. And Jesus, we know that you're in the room, right here, even amongst the darkness. We're gonna use your light, Jesus, to push that darkness out of here. We love you. We love you, Marty. We love you, Jesus.